It's like different than the whole like online experience. Um, so like I guess outside of the project, what's gonna come next over the course of the year for you? Do you have anything else like lined up?
Um, I got Jonah, man. I just launched my website, questmcody.com. I'm putting together these 3 song projects called Two Piece and a Biscuit. It'll be free downloads. It'll be 2 songs and one other song, so 3 songs. But it's usually 2 songs that coincide, and then this other song kind of leading to the next. That'll be a little series I do before I release Jonah. Working with a comic book company, Short Fuse Media, on just developing comic books, and we got 2. There's one with me and Daylight. There's a lot of comics that they've already released, so I've been working with them.
Wait, you've
Uh,
already created comics?
I haven't created, but I work. I'm a partner in the company. I work with the company rather on a silent level. But a guy by the name of Sean Mack, uh, Short Fuse Media. You can check them out. Uh, they got a website and they produce independent comics. We're working on a series called The Gospel. It's going to be uh, innovative and interactive way to uh, read comics and hear like music and things of that nature. Uh,
Yeah,
I
it's
have some
super
battles.
blessed.
I have some battles coming up. Uh, I've been putting together some. My brother King Yachty through the block development along with Stash House and BBG. Uh, we've been like getting and revitalizing homes in our neighborhood, like abandoned homes. And my brother has been training the youth of the neighborhood on contracting, building. Um,
Wow,
like
that's
like
like
we
really.
and so that we got a like I said, we got a store in Detroit, the Staff House Culture Shop, and just trying to invest in some things, man. I do like I said, we invest in properties. I've been messing with crypto and stock for the past few years and learning that, educate myself on that, and just 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 trying to do cool shit, man. Like if there's some cool shit going on, somebody tell me about it. If there's something I could do, um, I hope that we could get back into the schools prior to um, prior to COVID. I was working with a group. I was working with Cornerstone Schools, doing partner morning, where we go into the classrooms and we build a rapport with a set of kids, and we do projects and work on things with them 4 or 5 times throughout the year. I've been doing that. I had a group of kids that just had gotten to high school before the pandemic, and I was looking forward to that, to seeing my group grow. Um, and that kind of slowed us down. I was working with Inside Out, which is a community outreach group. They do like poetry, um, workshop writing. Um, I'm looking forward to starting a training class for kids that want to get into music, like get into engineering. Uh,
Right.
we did one last year. We sponsored a kid and we got him a M audio interface to like record his own music. So the goal is um, I want to raise $2,000 per kid. Uh, this will cover their basic training on how to operate and run Pro Tools. It'll give them a computer to record. It'll give them an interface and a microphone and some headphones. Software will pay for Pro Tools for a year. So my goal is to get 6 kids, um, 4 to 6 children, um, under the age of 18, get them in that class, man, get them the supplies they need to have an opportunity because like me having like I always bought studio equipment and me having studio equipment, like sometimes like one of my homies got shot in front of my crib because I was out of town rapping. And if I didn't have rap, I'd have been out there with him for sure. Um, a lot of bullshit that I could have got into. Sometime I didn't get into, not because I wasn't trying to get into shit, but it was because I was at my house and I was learning how to record. So if I could if I could give that opportunity to somebody, so that's one of my goals for next year is to be able to by the end
Yeah,
of by the end of 2022, I want to say yo, it's 5 kids with recording equipment and resources because of us.
yo, that is incredible. Like, I think what adds to like the charm of what you bring in is not just the fact that you like are a great rapper, a great artist. Like, and your art is like, oh, your albums are like cohesive projects with like a lot of thought into them. They're not just like, yo, I made songs. Um, Technologically innovative. That's another thing that can add to what you've done. Like, you bring all that into the more, like you said, it is a hard word to say. Like the philanthropic, yeah, efforts of like just giving back to the community, which is just so powerful, right? Like, it's the idea of like, instead of just, it's like what everyone's supposed to in theory do, right? Like, you get a bunch of
Yeah,
shit and then you like complete the cycle by giving it back or giving
yeah,
back
you keep
into
what
the
you have.
neighborhood.
You keep what you have by giving it away. Like I ain't
It's an,
talking about just like here goes some free shit, but like no, my brother Yachty that I just spoke about, yo, he yo, I I I'm very like I reap the benefits of the great work that he's doing, and I included him in mine coming up, and he's including people in his coming up, so it does create that cycle, and we owe the people we owe like the only way to make this place better is through the children. Like I it ain't much I can inspire adults all day, but if I make this shit look cool to a kid and I give them something that can help them, uh, whether it's a hammer and a nail gun or a microphone and some studio equipment, like if I could contribute to better in my community or whatever, I think I should. Even when I move out of my community, like or if I move out of my community, uh, absence is allowed as presence sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or can be louder. So um, for me, it's just important, man, because I do so much and say so much that I don't want the stories and the things that I that I cover in my music or that I talk about in my music or that I say in my battles. I want you to be able to point to some tangible things, like um, and I like to and when I talk about them, it's not to like I don't need no pat on the back and no shit. It's just when we put out music or when we put out a video, we promote it and we tell people and we show. When we buy a new house, we take a picture of the house. You know, um, we gave 100,000 bottles of we raised money to get 100,000 bottles of water to Flint when the crisis hit. We got Timberland, bank producer, to come to Detroit before they were doing verses. We put him on stage to go through a list of his hits in front of a crowd, and it wasn't performing. It was just vibe out to what I. It was verses. It was half of verses. It was just him on stage doing it.
it's
Um,
Timbaland's self verses.
yeah, and it's documented, and like we had conversations about battle rap and about doing shit like he's doing now. So all of those things are 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 important to be known. It's important to be shown because the same way a janitor sat down with this second grader and started teaching him how to rhyme at the end of a sentence, that janitor might have saved me from the motherfucker that was gonna teach me how to break down a pound of weed and sell it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he gave me something, man, and I've been able to literally put food on my family's table because a janitor took the time to show a kid that was crying how to do something that
That's amazing, and it's amazing because it's not just like the part where like your story. It just shows like the flowers that you give to everyone along the way that contributed to it, and like how important that really is. and just the actions that you have, like, because how many times in our lives in a day could we maybe be that janitor and not even, that guy probably wasn't thinking anything of it when he did that, right? Like, it was just a moment, and it had such a huge impact.
Yeah, man. I think like it's important because it helps me understand and it helps me stay humble and it helps me not be jealous. Man. It
Right.
helps me be happy for people because here's the thing. Tupac said once, he like, I might not be the motherfucker, but I might spark the idea in the motherfucker. And I take pride in that. I take pride in I could do something or say something that could spark an idea or spark a change from a moment. Because that was a moment. I don't remember the janitor's name. I don't know where to find him. I couldn't tell him in a lineup. I couldn't point him out in a lineup, bro. And it's not about that. It's about the positives that we make in the people, places, and things. And if I could add something to whatever I do, like if I come on your podcast, like, I want to be focused. I want to provide some some dope content. I want to be honest. I want to be truthful. I want to operate in honor, and I hope that, like, when you are on late night with Jimmy Fallon, man, I might have said something during this conversation that you say and it's broadcasted to the world, man, and you flourish or whatever, because that's a part of that. I'm a part of that. So like when I look at battle rap and the culture, I look at battle rap now, dog. They just gave away $100,000. You feel me? I just talked about doing battles for $100, right? Um, when I look at battle rap and I say, yo, man, this thing is moved from being 5 or 10 people in a room rapping to thousands upon thousands in a venue and millions online watching to movies and TV shows to like so to for me, it's two things you could be. You could sit in the back and be bitter that maybe you're not the top guy getting all the money or acclaim, or you could be like, yo, man, I'm very proud of what I helped build.
Right.
And I see sprinkles of everybody that helped lay this foundation along the way in y'all. And the ones that did it before me, they see it in me. So how beautiful is that? How I wasn't around for the birth of rap. I didn't notice when rap became popular, but I could tell you that I was in those rooms that were as big as my living room rapping, doing what now is being seen in Irving Plaza, Fillmore, soon to be stadiums. You understand? So that's my positive deposit.
And that's honestly a really powerful way to look at it too. And I really like the fact that you said that that helps you not be jealous. That's not something a lot of people even bring up, the fact that you could be jealous like that. But the fact that you're able to be like, nah, I'm like content with knowing that my impact is powerful, and then just go on to just keep giving. That's incredible. Like that, like you're pretty much a legend, Mr. Quest Mcody, a legendary person. That's
I appreciate that. It's better when you say it than me.
I mean, but it's the facts of it. Like, look, I talk to a lot of people, and I'm not gonna say I haven't talked to people that I wouldn't put in the legendary category, but nah, man, like you're one of those people should probably talk about a lot more, because you're like, it's like give it to you and you're gonna do something proper with it.
Yeah, definitely. If I could give it back better than it was, I did my job.
And that alone is legendary. And then you have your legacy, which is also fucking incredible. Like somebody else, like, say a word, you got Quest Mcody. How many other cool interviews this guy gonna get? And I'm like, oh, say a word, Quest Mcody's that cool. Say a
Yeah.
word. That's good.
Well, man, I'm fortunate and I appreciate just being on the show, bro. Like being able to kick it, talk, have these conversations. I think they're important.
And I appreciate like you coming to do it, because like in my case, like a lot of this was like an accidental stumbling upwards. I didn't really pay attention to battle rap until this whole project started, and Dutch put me on a call with Iron Solomon, and I'm like, who?
Man. Yeah.
And so like it just kind of started this journey to a point where now we're here and like I'm having this with you. But it's really helpful for me to hear stories like this, because on top of that, it's like I'm from Montreal. That's a whole other country, a whole other vibe. And so just to like better understand the struggles, the things people have gone through, it just adds to all of our perspectives. That's what the show's called, Perspectives, because it's super important, I think, to hear the stories, to hear what you've gone through and how you've managed to just keep going and keep building, and the attitude that you have. It's incredible. And I really do appreciate you doing this. So I thank you for coming through and making this a part of it. Do you have like any last things you want to say to the folk out there?
Yeah. Follow me on everything. It's Quest Mcody. Want to see Mcody, act like you know me. Uh, QuestMcody.com. I got a free project. Free. It's free. Type your email in and send it right to you, man. It's totally free. Check me out there. If you're in the UK and you're watching this, there is a movie called Dinner in America that's produced by Ben Stiller's Red Hour Films. And I have a minor role in the movie. It's called Dinner in America. It's got a really dope cast. Let me pull up the cast real quick. And it's a really dope movie that's it's doing really good. It's on Arrow right now. It's written by Adam Lanner, and it's got Kyle Gallner, who's in Veronica Mars. Emily Skaggs does a really dope job in the movie. And then it's got Brittany Sheets and Leah Thompson. If you remember the mother from Back to the Future or whatever, Marty McFly's mother, if you watch that movie, she's in it. And yeah, that came out this year. So, shout out to Atlas Industries, shout out to my man Bill, shout out to Adam for writing a dope script. And it's kind of like it's Superbad meets Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, say word. That's dope.
Dinner in America. It's on the Arrow player that right now it was out in there, but now it's on. You could get it on Arrow. How to do that, I don't necessarily know.
I'm certain there's ways to, with the name of this movie, find it on all the plenty of ways we've crafted to find content on the internet that we should just allude to. It'll be, that's all we needed was the name.
Yep.
Go, hit that VPN or whatever. I don't have a sponsor, but NordVPN, that's what they all are, cool kids.
But make sure y'all go to QuestMcody.com. QuestMcody.com. It's a little subscribe button. All you gotta do is just type whatever email you like to get little updates. I might send you something once a month, once a week, nothing too crazy. But check that out, man, and rock with your man.
Yo, it's definitely been popping through on the chat on my side. All of that's gonna be linked down below though, so that people who see this in like the future version of it. Shout out to End of the Week too for hosting this, and y'all can make sure to follow them at /EO. Fuck, just eodub.com has all their stuff. eodub.com has everything. Make sure you follow and support them. And yo, thank y'all for watching this. Those of you that were watching on the live, thank you for those watching in the future. Y'all make it a show and make it a lot more fun, interactive and such. So appreciate that. And again, appreciate having you come through, Mr. Quest Mcody. Live long and prosper, everyone. It was super great to have y'all here with us.